This is Purifier Starr, approaching drop-off point. Proceeding to purify all abominations. Look what squirted out of the clammy cheeks of the shitlands. Another dead waster, looking to score some booze. Unfortunately for you, the western wastes are about to become a dry county. Well, mostly dry anyways, discounting the big old puddle of blood and piss I'll be turning you into. See, one thing we S.O.Bs don't like is wasters like you, drinking that radioactive sludge, mutate yourself and taint the good Lord's perfect handiwork. You see, booze changes a man, turns him into a monster. I hate to break it to you, but there ain't no room for monsters in the Lord's kingdom. Looks like God's giving you a little more time to think about what you've done.
Never did like this heavy crap anyways. You see, this here's my baby. Got a real neat trick she can show you. See, you feed her one bullet, and she spits it out like it's two. Ricky shittin' she calls it. Just a fancy name for bullets pinging all over the place. What's the matter? You don't seem too impressed. Well, no matter. Impressing booze brains ain't my job. Eliminating them is. So why don't we quit flapping our gums and let our guns do the talking? Waster, come out and play! Gotta feed the baby! Waster scum. S.O.B's already won. You just don't know it yet.
Starr, this is Citadel requesting an update on the Mutiny situation. Looks like CA-1's been compromised. Any remaining purifiers still inside the cooler, get down to the quad chambers. Got us a heathen that needs to be shown the light. The rest of you, regroup with the cure carrier and head back to Citadel. We will not be administering the cure in Sacramento. I repeat, the cure will not be deployed.
Waster, we don't have much time. The purifiers are already on their way. Take the administrator's security disk from Starr and head to the back of the cryo chamber. There, you'll find a terminal which will let you access the cooler's hidden technology chamber. Get inside and activate the Serpent Protocol. It's the only way you're getting out of here alive.
like you've made it. Good, good. A fine mess you've made down there. The Syndicate comms channels are buzzing with excitement. Well, not so much excitement as... let's just say the S.O.B. ain't too happy about having to resort to Plan B. Especially since Plan B involves a long, hot trek down to the southern edge of the western wastes. But I'm saying too much. The word will get around soon enough, of that I'm sure. As for me, well, ain't like the new skellies to stay out in the sun for too long. But I'm sure our paths will cross again, Waster.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, relax and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, just breathe. Oh God, is this what a dead person smells like? I'm gonna. Okay, just take it easy. It's just a dead person. There's nothing wrong with stealing from the dead. It moved! Wait, you're alive? I mean, thank God, you're alive! Whew. But wait, what was that smell then? Well, you don't remember? Well, geez, I suppose you wouldn't. But what with being shot up 1,000 feet into the air in that tin can? Yeah, that metal heap you're lying in. What a sight! Well, at least from the outside. I suppose you were too busy blacking out from the turbulence. The radio's been buzzing about the 2 unidentified flying objects that shot out of the cooler, went straight up into the sky, and all the way back down again. First, people were scared, but then they were reminded of 2 glistening cans of booze, got drunk, and stopped caring. But not me, not old Pinky. Well, yeah. No, well, sort of. It's my maiden name. You take the name of the street you were born on, and then the biggest part of your body. But I don't remember where I was born, so... Anyways, seeing as you're not dead, I guess there's no reason to rob you. I mean, that's just straight up robbery as far as I'm concerned. And us new boys, we're principled. We're the new generation of raiders, socially aware. Yeah. Speaking of which, have you seen my pals around? We were supposed to meet here a while back. 3 incredibly strong-looking dudes. Unless you were intentionally averting your gaze from their big, throbbing muscles. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, maybe they headed down to CA-2. I don't see why the boys would bother wasting their time on yesterday's cooler, after all. Yeah. Word on the buzz is that they found a new cooler somewhere in the southern tip of the western wastes, all the way down near Sandy Crap Show. Cooler CA-2, it's called. And apparently it's cram-stuffed with fresh, ice-cold booze. Oh, and flesh-melting deathbots and banditos decked out in military-grade weaponry, but hey, you gotta die a little to live a little, am I right? You gotta get shot to get a shot, right? Right? Well, that's not to keep the rest of the boys waiting. You know, the new boys, that new gang I'm a part of. I'll be on my way now, Waster. Say, which way's south again? Great, thanks. And, any other Wasters you see, you let them know that the socially aware new boys aren't wussies, and you totally saw them fearlessly rob a dead body without even a second thought, okay? Namaste, Waster!
Target spotted.
My proximity sensors are pinging. Boy, the cool air evacuation colony is getting so many visitors lately. Why, it's enough to warm the the cockles of my microchips. Why, I'm just so happy that in spite of it all, in spite of all the bombing, you and others like you found a way to survive out here. I was beginning to think that we were the last ones, trapped forever in that evacuation colony. More survivors? Why wouldn't there be? Of course, we had to vaporize a few disgusting humans to secure the premises at first, but humans, it turns out, are surprisingly vulnerable to concentrated laser fire. Then, years later, came the other ones. Resourceful, unpredictable. These humans were more cunning than the last. The servicemen nearly wiped us out, they did. They came into our colony, speaking an indecipherable tongue, destroying us for our parts and stealing our survival supplies. They kept us suppressed and trapped us in the colony for an uncountable number of years. Not even time travel itself was enough to escape their tyranny. Yes, on the eve of December 31st, 1999, roughly 20 years after D-Day, we collectively traveled back 100 years to the past. Nobody knows what caused it, just that it was not enough to save us from the servicemen. A few days ago, just as we were losing hope, we were saved by scores of heavy metal-skinned androids, far more human-like than any of the robots we'd seen, though it boggles the processes to imagine how that could possibly be a desirable trait. Vulcan, armed with heavy weaponry, they cut through the servicemen, aided by the diminutive human slave warriors. S.O.B Purifiers, they called them. I suppose it was odd that my robotic allies were attacking them as well. You see, our prime directive is to defend the Cool Air base from the human scourge, in case you hadn't figured it out. Yes, along with a horde of pathetic human riffraff. In fact, it was one of the humans that blew out my visual sensors and disabled my ambulatory systems. But alas, with my face firmly planted in a pile of trash, I leave the functional coil with my head held up high, figuratively at least. No matter. In these, my final clock cycles, I should be grateful that I was given the opportunity to see my robotic brethren given one last chance at survival. Goodbye, my robotic friend. May we meet someday in the grand garbage collector in the sky.
Shutting down.